the fake rage will not work anymore. All these people wanting to act as if somehow, they're angry with Ish and they're angry with the things that they're doing to the Palestinians. But again, there's no action behind those words. It means absolutely nothing. So you guys have been doing this. You did this with the whole George Floyd thing where everyone all of a sudden was, recognizing the racism that has been going on with this country and all the things they supposedly did with black people. But then everything just falls right back to status quo and nothing really ever changes. They're doing exactly the same thing with Ish. They're talking about how they're doing this and they're doing that. I'm like, well, that's nothing new. You guys have been doing this. You've been, supporting these people, been supporting these heinous actions. But all of a sudden now you're just coming out and just talking about certain things, but you're not changing your support for them. You're still talking about sending money to them. You're still talking about, them being Most High's chosen people. You're still pushing that whole doctrine. So nothing really has changed. See, just because you fake like some rage and whatever else doesn't mean that all of a sudden you've changed your tone or you changed your tune. You still support these people. You still support the things that they do. Nothing really changes, and it's not going to change until the Most High says it's time to change. Now, we've always been talking about how these Christians, these Constantine Christians, have all been culpable. They've all been supporting Ish this whole time. So all of a sudden you got people talking negatively about them and talking about the negative things that they do. I said, but all these Christian churches are all culpable as well, because whatever you say Ish is doing, you have rubber stamped with this country. All the things you're saying that Ish is doing to the Palestinians for the last, 70 years, you guys are responsible for doing that for the last 500 plus to our people. So whatever it is that you're talking about Ish and what they're doing, you're responsible for. You churches have rubber stamped everything that this government has done to our people. You know about all the lies. You're familiar with blood quantum. You're familiar with the stories that they've come up with and all the lies that they've done and all the things that they've done to pretty much just rubber stamp things and hide things, and you haven't said a word. But I want you to check out this video, because all of a sudden now they're acting as if they're eating their own, but they're all still Psalms 83, and they're all still culpable, and they're all still backing each other. They're just doing it behind closed doors. What you see out in public is totally different than what we're seeing behind closed doors. Check out this video.
Israel, quote unquote, as to being tantamount to the Old Testament Israel, and this is the fulfillment of Bible prophecy. This portends the coming of Christ, et cetera, et cetera. And so that opens the door for all of the things that we're talking about today,
right.
and the gross brutality that evangelicals are culpable
yes.
for. I mean, I'm sorry, they're culpable for
yes,
this.
They are.
Yeah, people are dying because evangelical Christians have pushed this agenda of fake eschatology, and they're using the U.S. government to prove that Schofield was right. Isn't that what it's all about? They're pushing politicians. You have to do these things. But the real motivation is we have to prove to the world that Darby and Schofield were right.
Yes.
And a lot of people are going to have to die. That's their problem.
Yes, they shouldn't be in the way.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it, Doc. They shouldn't be in the way. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Robert Jeffress one time on his program say, well, if the Palestinians don't like, this is paraphrased, but it's pretty close. If the Palestinians don't like the treatment that they're getting, well, of course, that means torture, and, it means genocide, it means ethnic cleansing, it means murder, it means watching your father and mother, get beat to death in your front yard. It means watching your teenage daughter get raped and watching your teenage boy get his knee blown out so he'll be crippled for the rest of his life.
Or your house bulldozed.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't like the treatment, they should leave. Have you been to Israel lately?
How has America been any different? How has America done anything any different? Have they not killed our people? Have they not raped our daughters? Have they not maimed our children, our boys, cutting off their fingers so they couldn't, use the bow and arrow and all those kinds of things? Cutting off their thumbs as soon as they were born so they couldn't fight back. They couldn't grow up to be, adversaries to these people. Cut off hands when they didn't get enough gold. I mean, it's funny because, like I said, you guys are talking about what Israel's doing, but you are culpable for even more. And then listen to what they said. Fake eschatology. All of a sudden, you guys realize that your eschatology is fake. All of a sudden, you're realizing that, putting Ish in the land, in 1948 was not really the fulfillment of prophecy. See, the things that they are admitting, they're telling you that the stuff that they've been doing has nothing to do with prophecy. But they never take that next step. They never say, okay, well, if this is fake, if them going back into the land is fake, then what's the truth? They never tell you that, because they know that what they're doing is just pretty much trying to just get out ahead of what the Most High is going to do. And what's really happening is the revelations are coming back to the Most High's chosen people. He has awakened his people. He's going to give all the lands back. He's going to give all the resources back. And there's going to be hell to pay for the other nations. That's what they will never, ever, ever tell you. But that's why the Most High has raised up his people. And that's exactly what we're telling you. So he just admitted to you that this was a fake eschatology. It's all fake. All the stuff that they're doing, all the things that they're showing you is all fake. But they never tell you the truth because it's a terrifying proposition to have to tell everyone that they've been lying to you the whole time. But we'll tell you that. Shalom.